The film starts with a spaceship which was coming towards the Earth and it crashes into a river. A man is saved from this crash and he comes out of the water with his partner. We see that his partner's life is lost, but his partner's life was not lost because of this crash because there were big spikes on his suit. The man who was alive is called Kainan. He can see a box floating in the river. Actually, it has a computer and it is not a normal computer. It was a backup computer. It gives him information about this place where his aircraft crashed. Computer puts all the information of this place in the brain of Kainan. Actually, Kainan is not a human but an alien who came from another planet to Earth. Hyrov, with a lot of information, the computer transfers the language of this place to his brain. Karov then picks up his weapon and starts going to the jungle, and he reaches a village on his way. Everything was destroyed in this village. Then he sees a wall with some paw prints on it. And seeing the paw prints on the wall of that wood, it becomes clear that this mark cannot be of any animal on Earth, because Kainan understands that such animals exist in his world. Then suddenly someone attacks the cannon and his gun falls into the river. And he also becomes unconscious. The man attacking him was a person from another village. His name was Bulfric. Actually, this era was of Iron Age. And in Iron Age, people used to live in the form of villages and tribes. They used to attack each other, which was a common thing. Now, Bulfric ties up Kainan and brings him to his village because he was understanding Kanan's responsibility of destroying the village. He thinks that maybe the village is in such a bad condition because of him. The king of this village, whose name is Hrothgar, has a daughter whose name is Freya, and Bulfric was the nephew of that king, and his next king will be Bulfric. The king wanted to get his daughter Freya married to him. But Freya was not ready for this, because Bulfric's father was a very cruel and quarrelsome man. And because of his stupidity, he lost his life in a war, so Freya thinks that Bulfric must be like his father. After this, we are shown the leader of that ruined village who was named Gunnar. Once upon a time, when these two tribes were together, but because of the father of Bulfric, a war broke out between them, and in this war, Bulfric's father asked Gunnar for help. But Gunnar refuses to help him, and in the same war, Bulfric's father dies, and Bulfric felt that Gunnar is responsible for the death of his father. That's why he hated him. On the other hand, Gunnar also hated him. He feels that he has done all this because of his ruined village. But the village was not ruined by the Bulfric. After this, the king asks Kainan that where did he come from, but Kainan doesn't tell him that he is not from this house, and that animal's name is Moorwen, and he is not an ordinary animal, but he is very dangerous. He can kill anything and anyone in his way in a moment, but when he was telling this, no one was believing him. Then suddenly something attacks his village which no one else did but Moorwen did. He killed many people of his village and also kidnaps many people. Seeing this, the king makes a plan to hunt Moorwen. He gathers his soldiers and goes to the jungle with a cannon, so that Moorwen can hunt them. Now, when they are standing there, suddenly something attacks the king. Actually, it was a huge bear which was about to kill the king. Then Kainan takes out his sword, stabs him in the stomach, and kills him. After seeing this, everyone in the tribe starts liking Kainan. They start celebrating the bear killing. They celebrate and party and celebrate a lot because they thought that they have killed Moorwen. Because this was the thing that was killing the people of their village. But Kainan knew that this was their misunderstanding because Moorwen is still alive. Anyway, the next night there is another attack on their village, and this attack was done by Kainan. These two tribes fight each other badly, and in this fight, many of the battle, both the tribe's people are killed. Gurnar's team is defeated and Gunnar and his other companions decide to leave this place. They go to the jungle, but when they are in the jungle, Moorwen attacks them. Gurnar's soldiers are killed and then Moorwen attacks Gunnar and Gunnar also sees him. Then he immediately starts running towards the village of Bulfric, and then the villagers also see Moorwen coming towards them. And they believe that it is not a bear but something more dangerous. The king is very upset to see this. He asks for help from the cannon to stop it. The cannon gives the idea that we will lay a big trap to catch it. And that's why they dig a big pit in the middle of the forest. And that pit is filled with oil and wood and grass is placed on it. And this way they make full arrangements to run away. When Moorwen will come to attack them, he will fall in this pit. And they will trap him here and save their lives easily and run away from here. Anyway, their work is done, after which Kainan tells his story to Freya. He tells her that the planet from which I have come, there is a lot of advanced technology, and we were very advanced. We are the owners of very high technology. We wanted to create our own world on the other planets, and we searched for many planets, and we found one planet, but that whole planet was of Moorwen. There was only Moorwen's rule. Moorwen's size is very big and dangerous animals, but they didn't harm Armen because they were and Kainan. We settle on that planet and start living our lives. We wanted to settle on other planets too. That's why we decided to kill Moorwen. We thought Moorwen was a normal animal. We had no idea about his nature. After that, we go to Moorwen's planet and attack him. We did nuclear attack on him. All the Morgans were killed. That planet was completely cleared of the Morgan population, and after that, we inhabit the world of people like us. The Kainan family also starts living on this planet, but once Kainan had to go on his mission. All these people were unaware that one Moorwen is still alive. Now, as soon as Kainan and his shipmates leave this planet for their mission, the remaining one Moorwen attacks our colonies. Because that Moorwen was very angry to lose this planet and his friends. He wanted to take his revenge. He kills all the people who live here and destroys everything. And in this, the family of Kainan is also killed. When Kainan finds out about this, he comes back to this planet. Then he buries all the dead bodies of people here. After that, they were coming back to their planet. But before we reach our planet, Moorwen had already captured our ship. He destroys our ship, and we come here to crash on Earth. Now after this, Moorwen comes to take revenge from Kainan again, and now Kainan also had to take revenge of his family. But now this time, as soon as Moorwen comes to attack them, he gets stuck in their trap. As soon as he falls in that oil, he starts setting fire to the oil with the help of the arrows of the village. This causes a huge blast and fire spreads everywhere. This makes all these people think that Moorwen is dead, but he was not dead. Actually, Moorwen was a very clever creature who had imprisoned a lot of people in a prison, and he himself lived there, and his purpose of keeping people there was to increase his progeny. And he also succeeds in this. He creates a Moorwen, and that Moorwen's child attacks these people, and that other Moorwen also comes out of the fire. As soon as he comes out, he attacks all the people and kills many people. In this, the king also dies and the whole village is destroyed. After this, Kainan also understands how he will reach Moorwen. He finds a way to a well. That way goes straight to Moorwen. Now seeing the village destroyed, the next day all villagers leave from there. But Bolfrin, his soldiers, and Kainan decide to kill that Moorwen. Kainan tells everyone that Moorwen is a very powerful animal. These ordinary swords don't affect him. After that, Kainan goes to his ship and brings a lot of iron from it, because it was the iron of his world, and he makes a very strong weapon from it which can kill Moorwen. After this, they get down in the well and go ahead and see that Moorwen had gathered a lot of people at his place, and he was making a lot of Moorwen like him. Then suddenly a Moorwen comes from below and attacks them, but Freya succeeds in killing that Moorwen. Now only the big Moorwen was left to die. After this, all these people come out of the well, where big Moorwen attacks them, which kills Bolfric. After this, Kainan faces Moorwen and these two come face to face. Now here, for a long time, Kainan fights with Moorwen. After which, Kainan cuts Moorwen's hand and Moorwen falls down the hill and is killed. Now after this, we are shown that Kainan is made the king of this tribe. Now Kainan's tracing device was also activated. Now his other planet's companions were coming to Earth to take him. But Kainan thinks that like Moorwen's planet, my people may not take over this planet. That's why he picks up a stone and breaks the tracking device. The spaceship of his people goes back and now this movie ends here. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. And if you're excited for our next thrilling video, don't forget to subscribe so you can be the first to watch it. See you soon.